Let's have these guys fire at will again, because they're probably going to come within range. Oh, did you see that? What a shot. That was an excellent shot. Which means it was probably an accident. But anyway. Okay, guys. Welcome back. So, let's just get right to it here on the campaign map. If I sound a little... what's the word for it? Frustrated? Annoyed? It actually has nothing to do with the scale of our military campaigns at the moment. It actually has a lot to do with just keeping order in the Empire. For some reason, I'm just getting... like, all of my priests seem to be turning into heretics. It seems like every turn I have to, like... stack the pyre for another one because there's just so many of them. And again, it's my own priests who seem to be turning into them, so I keep having to replace them, and then it's just annoying. I think I might have mentioned in a past episode that it seems to have wrapped up recently. In fact, it might have been the last episode where I mentioned that. And I was wondering if it's maybe because of the excommunication, like if that just causes... you know, your priest to be more likely to turn to heretics or something. I don't know. But it's been really annoying trying to keep my territory clear of them. No, actually, now that I think about it, I think it was rebels that I said that there were more of in a previous episode, not heretics. Though that is also true. There's just tons of like rebel groups too. There's now another one here in England, another one here in northern France. And, I mean, there's pirates, but I don't care too much about pirates. It's more these rebel groups and the heretics that just keep cropping up absolutely everywhere. It's really quite annoying. But anyway, that's not really what we need to talk about. What we need to talk about is what you can see on your screen right now. Oh, no! No! Oh, the horror! The horror! Alright, anyway, so I think it was last episode where I had my spy over here and we could see 2 Mongol armies over here, and that was bad. I definitely didn't want to see that. But now, it's just... is it the next turn or a turn or two later? I don't know, but the point is that there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I think each of these is basically a full stack army. I'm not going to click on each and every one of them, but it looks like they're all basically full stack armies with generals that have stars that reach all the way up to their banners and past their banners in some cases. And all their troops have extra experience, and there's like thousands of them, thousands and thousands of them. They actually were besieging Edessa, and then I believe they must have abandoned that siege for some reason. I'm not sure why, to be honest. But look at their direction of march. It looks like they're going to probably head in this direction, and the question is where are they going to go? I did put Morcar right here on the crossing, because as you can see, there's a river here. So they could either try and go through me, or they could try and go around, and it looks like they're going to go around. Now, if they do just completely go around him, Morcar is going to retreat to this crossing here, because then, as you can see, there's another river that kind of... well, blocks off our territory from theirs for the most part. Because I assume Antioch would be their objective, if not Aleppo. And yes, if we do retreat Morcar to here, then Aleppo is basically just left to its own devices. I fear Aleppo will fall, and I guess probably so will Antioch, because it's possible instead of going here, they'll just go to this bridge here. But then, of course, that's not too far away, so Morcar can just kind of zip over there to try and hold them off. I say try, I mean, obviously they've got tons of armies. They could go both ways if they want to. So regardless, Antioch needs some defenders. So we're going to take some troops from the backup army under Gregory here. He was delivering, like, some more troops to Morcar, but Morcar is going to be coming to him, basically. So he's going to stay back here. But some of these troops are going to go to Antioch. Unfortunately, Antioch is that place that we took that basically had nothing built up. Like, it's a minor city, right? But has, like, no barracks, or had no barracks, and we've just had to basically build everything ourselves. And so, like, even though they're a minor city, they don't have archers, they don't have catapults, they can't even train the spear militia. So that's why we're kind of shunting troops over to Antioch, because we can't exactly, like, train them ourselves. So I guess... Okay, we do have a town watch there. I guess we might as well just give them a couple of militia, even if, you know, that's not exactly going to help very much. Then again, the militia are about as good as the levy spearmen in terms of stats. Yeah, in fact, they are exactly the same, except the levy spearmen have that extra armor because of where they were trained. So, you know what? Fine. We'll throw a couple town militia in there, and we'll throw some of these longbowmen and some more levy spearmen in there, and just hope that between that and the stone walls, we won't necessarily hold the place, but we can hopefully do a lot of damage to the Mongols as they come down here. And we'll just do the same depending on how far they get. Like if they get to Acre, this is going to be a fortress, so it's going to have 2 sets of walls, which will be nice, and we'll train up some replacement troops here. If they get down to Jerusalem, this is another minor city, so it's got stone walls, and it can train its own spear militia and archer militia, so hooray. Oh, and they'll be able to train catapults here somewhat soon. And then Gaza's a citadel, and they're going to have ballista towers, and, you know, if they get this far, then at this point we would just start throwing money at some of these dismounted knights and try to clear up the problem. Now, that might sound like it's going a bit overboard. I don't know how far the Mongols would actually get, but they have a lot of troops. And to be honest, I don't even know if this is all of them. Like, they could have even more troops back here that I just can't see yet. So, yeah. Yeah, basically, I'm just planning for the worst, even though I hope it won't actually get to such desperate straits. Because then, another thing that would cause is if I start losing settlements here in the Middle East, I'll have to take more over in Europe in order to meet our objectives. Which is annoying, because this was supposed to help me meet the objectives without having to take so much territory in Europe. But anyway, that's what's happening over there. Good luck, Morcar. Oh, and I forgot. This guy here just showed up. I think he's actually the son of Morcar, because he showed up in his army. It looks like he just turned 16. So yeah, I think Morcar has a son. So now we have another general over here in the Middle East as well. So that's good. All right, so now heading over to England, there's another heretic. Oh, they're everywhere. Rebels, pirates, they're all over. Another heretic there. Rebels there. All right, anyway. We have the army under Morcar, the other Morcar. He's gathered up all of his trebuchets and everything, and he's on the fleet, and he is heading towards Portugal to eliminate them. In the north here, we had Richard. He got on this fleet here, and they dumped him off right outside of Oslo. So he's actually going to take that this turn. That's actually one of the battles we'll fight this turn. And then we have like the backup army under Robin Cornwall here, and he's going to hop on the ships next turn and also get transported across. So he'll provide like a garrison and some extra troops, because we're actually short a couple of infantry units, as you can see. So we'll take those armored swordsmen and give them to Richard.
God's servant.
Let's see. I guess that's it over there. So now we come down here to Edward the Mauler, who I realize we're going to be losing somewhat soon, I think. It's a little unfortunate. Basically, he's going to relieve the siege of this fort here. Now, if you're wondering who the heck is in this fort here, it's actually his backup army. So, like, the guy, or Samuel, I should say, who has been gathering up some, like, mercenaries and just keeping, like, some extra troops on hand to replenish his own, to replenish Edward's losses, I should say. Basically, I tried to hide them in the trees over here, but I couldn't get it to work. So what I did was I just dropped down a fort instead and left Edward somewhat close by. You see, at the end of like the last turn, the Empire had kind of spread out its forces quite a bit. And I wasn't sure who to go after or what to do, so I decided to just stick Edward on the bridge here. And yes, this was the bridge where we fought that Imperial army before and we couldn't take it from them. Well, they obligingly just left. So now we just sort of planted Edward right on it and planted his backup army nearby. And the idea is, again, just to see what the Empire was going to do. And they obligingly brought one of their forces kind of in range. So Edward will be able to attack them and take them out, and then go right back to the bridge, actually. And so if, you know, these forces from Frankfurt attack him, or if these guys come north and attack him, it'll be a lovely bridge battle. Lovely bridge battle. And hopefully we'll be able to just eliminate some of these forces and actually start taking some of these settlements, because at the moment we're going to have some serious trouble doing that, with just how many troops the Empire has running around here. Alright, not much of anything is occurring over here. And then, of course, down here, this is the third and final battle of the turn. The king has caught up and is now besieging Valencia. We managed to keep them from training up any more than just those 2 mailed knight units there, so that should be the end of France right there. Interestingly, that's not all of the French forces, because as you can see, I had a spy going over here to see what the Spanish were up to. And it looks like there's just a random French general over here. Even more of interest, though, is that this is the king, right? So it would make sense that this other general would be the prince, his faction heir. But it doesn't say that. So I assume there's actually another French force somewhere in the fog of war that I can't see. And that's where the prince is. So it doesn't really matter. Once we take their final settlement, they should all just become rebels. But yeah, soon, very soon, this will be the end of France. All right, now, because we have so many battles to fight this turn, it's probably going to go into 2 episodes. And so the plan here is we are going to take Oslo first, defeat the Imperial forces outside of whatever that fort is there, and then Valencia. And Valencia will probably go into the next episode. And I kind of prefer it that way, just to give France like its moment in the sun, in its final moments, and give it its proper due, I guess. So I guess if these battles go really quickly, I guess it could just be the end of this episode. But I doubt it. Somehow I think that will go into the next episode. And so, without any further delay, let's have Richard go in and take Oslo. I actually wonder how much of the wall here is actually damaged. We might be able to just kind of run our way in without having to knock down too much of the wall. But then again, our siege equipment shouldn't have any trouble taking down as much of the wall as we please. All right, well, that's not looking too bad. The Viking Raiders are a little on the tough side. And, of course, they're effective against armor, which is what we have a lot of. So hopefully we'll be able to shoot a bunch of these guys to death along with the crossbow militia here. So, night battle, and in we go.
I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord.
Okay, guys, welcome to the battle, and welcome to the Lagfest 3000. Oh dear, just look at that lag every time a piece of wall comes down. I was trying to actually kill some of their guys before they made it off the walls, but I don't think I'm going to succeed in that regard.
My lord,
Oh, I guess we've killed a couple of them, but only a couple. All right, but anyway, as you can see, here's all the enemy back behind the wall here. They've all abandoned the walls, of course, but then that makes sense since we didn't really have any ladders or anything to go up there. So I think we'll just do our standard procedure. We've already blown a bunch of holes in the walls, to be honest, but we're going to take out some of these towers. And so I will just bring you guys back once we have done that. Okay, guys, welcome back. Somewhat briefly, admittedly, but I just wanted to point out that because they had all bunched up right next to the wall here, and actually the the center of the settlement isn't very far from the walls anyways, I realized that we could actually just have our catapults and our trebuchets fire at them from more or less where they were and cause a bunch of casualties before we even get over there. So that's actually what's going on right now. We did take out the towers, at least the ones over here by the breaches in the walls. And so now we're just going to have our catapults and our trebuchets do some good work on them. At least I hope it's good work. Trebuchets definitely are like wildly inaccurate compared to the catapults. I mean, they have a much greater range, of course, but still, I feel like the catapults are just better at hitting like regular units. I think most of these casualties were actually caused by the catapults. But anyway, I'm just going to sit here for a bit then and watch as they all start to burn. And once again, I will simply bring you guys back as more of well, not as more of interest, once we charge in there, because more of interest is definitely going to happen. We're not going to kill them all with this method, but we'll certainly do some good work. Or it looks like the enemy are going to kind of wise up here and start retreating, which is pretty wise. The trebuchets have quite good range, though. All right, so anyway, I guess I will not send you guys on your way because the enemy has decided that they're going to... Wait, are they going to come back? No, they are not. Okay, good. Then let us go in ourselves. We'll bring our longbowmen in here. Let's bring just 2 units of armored swordsmen inside. And we'll have the other 3 kind of hang out over here. And if you're wondering why I'm doing that, it's simply because they still have a bunch of crossbowmen. I don't want to have my units too bunched up and too easily taken out by them. In fact, I guess I could have the siege equipment move forward as well, couldn't I? Hey, General, why don't you get over here? Actually, no, over here. See, we did get a good bit of damage before we even got into the settlement. It looks like we didn't kill too many of the crossbowmen, though. We killed mostly the Viking raiders. You see, this is why I need the armored swordsmen to actually run. Even though they're running and the longbowmen or yeomen are just walking, they're only just barely ahead of the yeomen. Okay, you guys... Where did I tell you to go? Okay, yes, right there. That's good. All right, now, yeomen, you could start running. And actually, the other armored swordsmen could also start running. Just realized I need to have the armored swordsmen charge forward because their crossbowmen are going to start opening fire. They do not use fire. And why don't you guys go ahead and start opening fire on these guys here. Ow.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Quickly eliminate them. Actually, they're doing a pretty good job. Look at all those dead already. All right, now the question is, can we have... I mean, we could have our trebuchets open fire, but... Oh, no, not really. They're just way too inaccurate for that sort of thing. Okay, fire at the Viking raiders now, and they should just be able to hit, like, this whole just batch of guys that are here. Okay, where be my general? Why don't you just kind of waltz in over here? Just in case he's needed. Not that I think he will be. Look, there's the captain, charging forward. Okay, why don't you guys start firing at the crossbow militia again? To be honest, it looks like the raiders are actually making it forward, and I don't want them to hit too many of our own guys.
Enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
Okay, stop firing. And look at all these guys that our yeomen killed, though. That was excellent work. General, why don't you come up here and support your troops? Wait, are there any crossbow militia left? Oh, 9 apparently. Oh, I see. They're amongst the raiders here. I can see them. All right, but it looks like Oslo is going to fall quite quickly. So now we just can sit here and watch our armored swordsmen slaughter the lot of them. Because, yeah, even if I had, like, the archers fire at... Well... You know what? Go ahead and fire one volley at these guys here in the back, and let's see how the spread of arrows goes. Ow. I'm pretty sure I killed more of my, or as many of my own guys as I did of theirs with that one, which is like 3, but... Yeah, that was a mistake. Don't do that. Very bad. Come on, look at him. He's just a peasant with an axe. Kill him! No, stop letting him hit you. Yes, now stab. Take the pointy bit and stick him. Come on, stick him! Or slash... Oh no, there you go, you stuck him. Excellent work. What are you guys doing? Keep fighting. Don't go running anywhere else. Stay here, turn around. Yes, kill him. Very good. Come on, George, let him... Oh, and George goes down. Okay. Frank, you're up now. Kill all these guys. Oh, excellent work, Frank. Oh, and then he got stabbed over there. Okay, so now we've got this guy left. He might be the last guy, too, actually. But kill him! There we go.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Yes, excellent. Excellent. 50 for 600? I'd say that's a pretty fair trade. Even if our troops were of vastly superior quality to theirs. I like the looks of this. Wow, the trebuchets actually... That unit of trebuchets killed 100 guys? Really? Huh. I actually did not think that that was the case, but... Okay, sure, that's fine. But they did a good accounting of themselves, certainly, as did the archers, as did the swordsmen. So everyone did well. Everyone gets, well, all the survivors, which is most of our forces. We only lost, how many was it total again? 51? Not bad at all. Everyone gets drinks tonight as we celebrate... Well, what? Hold on, how much of a celebration is this really, though? This wasn't a blow against Denmark, or the Danes. This was just a random rebel force, but you know what? We've taken it, and we are well on our way to defeating the Danes. They've only got a couple of settlements left anyways. So onward to victory. And let's take this back to the campaign map. Yes, and this is one of those settlements we'll want to convert to like a city rather than just being a castle, because we don't really have a use for a castle up here. But we know from the past that that has caused people no small amount of annoyance, so I kind of want to cut down the population a little. But then again, cutting down the population only seems to work when you're just occupying the place. It doesn't seem to actually, like, prevent a populace from being more rebellious after you've converted them to a different type. Because I think that happened over here at... Oh, I can't click on the map. Over at Aleppo in the Middle East. You know what? I think we'll just occupy it for now. All right, so here we go. So now, you know what? I think before we do anything else, we'll jump right into the next battle. So actually, before we even do that, quick save. I don't mean quick save. I quickly do a regular save. I don't mean actually do a quick save. That's always a bad idea. Well, somewhat a bad idea. All right, so now let's have Edward go ahead and relieve the siege of this fort here. Oh wow, they actually decided that they would stick around for the attack. That's kind of interesting. Ah, okay. You see, I kind of like the idea of not having the fort really involved in this battle, to be honest. I'd be quite happy fighting it with just Edward's forces. What have they got here? Bunch of infantry of varying quality, from very poor quality to very good quality. Catapult. I guess technically the archers or the missile infantry are the same, from poor quality to good quality. Oh, and hey, Pavis crossbowmen. In a past episode, I wanted to see if they had any shield points, because of like the shield on their back, and it looks like they do. They have 6. Having a shield on the back should count, I think, for like the Norse axeman unit that we were looking at Aarhus, I think it was. Or actually, it might have been one of the armies that was out here, just north of Hamburg. But yeah, I think they should have some points into shield for that.
There'll be no escaping us now.
Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. So the enemy is kind of retreating here, and I guess I should give a bit of an overview of the battle here, because the enemy started off on the other side of this church plus monastery and associated buildings. I don't know. On the other side of this structure here, and I started off way over here, so I just moved my troops forward to here, and they apparently had troops like just standing on this hill here, and now they're retreating back towards the rest of their lines, which is a little odd. I don't know why they had troops all the way over here. But I think what I'm going to have to do here is actually move my army so that we're in this kind of field over here facing the enemy. And hopefully stay far back enough that their catapult cannot fire on us. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys in because battle could be joined at any moment, and I wanted to give you guys the overview before, you know, something goes wrong and they just like start charging me while I start getting over there, and I didn't really have time to explain things. So I will bring you back once more as soon as battle is joined one way or another. Okay guys, welcome back once again. I've managed to get my troops more or less in the position that I wanted them in. We're past the building here, and now I'm just kind of shifting my troops to the right as the enemy advances against us. But it looks like they're not advancing all the way forward, which is good. What I'm worried about is that their catapult will come forward close enough that they can open fire on us, which would be a problem. Did I tell you guys to fire it well? I did, okay. Okay, you guys just stop where you are, and then turn to open fire. What I would like to do is try and get some cavalry around their flank, maybe on this side, so that once their troops fully come like forward, we can just have someone go and quickly take out that catapult in the rear there. The Pavis crossbowmen really have to go, as do these longbowmen actually, or these crossbow militia. Oh, whoa, we lost 5 guys. Oh, well, we are taking fire from their side, so that could be why. Oh, poor guy. It'd be kind of nice if our catapults managed to accidentally hit their catapults while they're doing this. Come on, hurry, my archers. Kill them all before they kill too many of our guys. Of course, what we could do is charge our cavalry forward to kind of get them to, well, leave us alone. Problem is that then their catapult would open fire as well, and if we had like a dense bunch of cavalry, that would be pretty bad if they actually managed to hit us. Or worse, their catapult fire would go over their heads, kind of like how mine is doing right now, going over their heads, and they would end up killing a bunch of our infantry or something. So I think this duel is pretty much what we're going to have to do. Unless... you guys get over here. If we come from the flank, then the catapult will fire on the flank. And so we won't be risking, like, the infantry or anything if we do that. Well, those guys are archers, too. Oh, those guys are routing. Here, you guys actually stop firing for a bit. Let the cavalry take them. Good, good, yes. Eliminate them.
That was very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Oh, and here comes some more of their own missile units. Let's have these guys fire at will again, because they're probably going to come within range. Oh, did you see that? What a shot. That was an excellent shot. Which means it was probably an accident. But anyway. Wait, retreat. I heard them say retreat. They're withdrawing. Oh, okay. Cavalry, forward. Archers, don't fire at will. All right, attack those archers. Why don't you try and attack that militia there? Oh. I don't think we would want to engage the knights, to be honest. Alright, you guys get over there and attack the catapults. You attack, though, not those spear militia.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, get in there.
General's bodyguard. They await your command.
Okay, good. We caught the catapult unit. Okay, you guys attack here. Okay, they're routing. Great. So get over here and let's see if we can catch this unit of feudal knights. Well, dismounted feudal knights. You keep taking them out. Oh, they're broken. Let them have it. Oh, there's an enemy unit over there. I was like, where the heck are these guys? Go and get them. Okay, look, we've been over this in the past. You guys need to, like, turn and attack the guys I told you to kill. Yes, like that. You see those three guys? Exemplary behavior on their part. Everyone follow their lead. You're surrounded. There's no escape for you three. Alright, that takes care of them. So it looks like there's another unit escaping through the trees over here. Ah, hello. Who's going to catch who first? Because it looks like we've got our mercenary Frankish knights who are catching up with these militia over here. And that takes care of them, so that leaves these guys here. Oh, and these guys are also dismounted feudal knights. Good. We definitely want to eliminate them wherever we can find them. And again, they only had 4 guys left, so if those 4 had managed to escape, they probably would have counted as a destroyed unit anyways. But regardless, who's going to catch them first? Is it the Frankish knights over there? Is it the mailed knights over there? Ooh, it looks like the Frankish knights are going to catch them first. Then again, they're taking a somewhat roundabout route to go and get them, so that could cost them the victory here. No, it looks like the Frankish knights got them first. Yeah, I think the Frankish knights managed to get them all. Though the mailed knights, some of them got close enough that they might have gotten one of them or something, but I didn't see any of them like swing their sword or anything, so that's the end of that. Oh wait, what were total casualties? 31. That's excellent. Of course, a bunch of them did get away, though. In fact, about half, a little less than half, of them got away, which is unfortunate. Ooh, that catapult. Look at how much damage that one catapult did, or catapult crew did. The archers did pretty well. Cavalry did pretty well. Honestly, the infantry didn't actually do any fighting at all. They just kind of stood there for the battle and looked menacing. But you know what? That's all they needed to do this battle. So let's take this right back to the campaign map. Honestly, the Empire does not need any more troops. But at the same time, I'm curious. They have so many troops that I assume their finances are in tatters. Should we see if they can afford that? Our enemy claims they cannot afford the ransom, which means they are probably broke. Which is exactly how I like my enemies. Alright, good. Relations worsened with the Holy Roman Empire. Who'd have thought? Alright, I don't like... Actually, you know what? Before we do anything, save. Always save. But you see how there's... looks like there's an army standing on the fort there? Let's have them leave and then go back in. Okay, there we go. I don't think that would actually cause any problems, but I always get nervous when I see like a graphical glitch like that. Alright, and so we will have Edward move back to the bridge. And I don't know what will happen next turn, to be honest. Because, you know, what could happen is more troops come from Frankfurt and try and besiege the fort again. Which they could certainly do that. They could also just send some troops here from Nuremberg and try and attack Edward. Or the troops from Frankfurt could just go straight for Edward. What would be really bad, to be honest, is if troops from Frankfurt and from Nuremberg actually attacked Edward all at once. So like from the front and from behind. That would be bad. Because it's one thing to fight a bridge battle with like the enemy across the bridge. It's another thing to fight the enemy on one side of the bridge, like the same side as you, plus also fighting them across the bridge. That could very well be the end of Edward the Mauler if that were to happen. I mean, it's not like a guaranteed defeat. What I would do is I would have like the catapults and the longbowmen and maybe 1 or 2 infantry units holding the bridge, and I think they could even do it. While the rest of the army, so all the cavalry and all the rest of the infantry would basically just have to fight the other army themselves, which we'd have to be very careful using our cavalry to like go around the flanks and getting at their archers quickly, and it could end pretty badly. It could end pretty badly. All right, but anyways, it definitely has been enough time. We are going to have the third battle go into the next episode, which, as a quick reminder, it is the final battle against the French at Valencia. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.